Hi, baby. Does it look alright? Yeah, figure out how to make you a mod. I got to figure out how to make you a mod. Oh, wait. Let's go to chat. Don't mind my morning hair. How do you make people mods? Is it under the community tab? Subscribe us. Live streaming. Live controller. How the frick do you add mods? Hey, Brian. I'm just testing out my YouTube stuff. Don't mind the morning hair. Brian, do you know how to make mods? Ah, here we go. I can do it on YouTube. I can't do it within Streamlabs. Streamlabs didn't give me the option, but on YouTube it did. I figured I'm going to start doing my 3D printing related streams to YouTube. That way I can get my watch hours up on YouTube and do my gaming streams on Twitch. Oh, babe, you will find out that Brian is like the ultimate king of puns. That's all he does on Twitter all day long is put pun replies to people. But Brian has been my subscriber from the very first box. What's up, Dels Logos? The what? Ender 3 XL? I'm gonna have to look that one up. Not that I need another. Well, actually, I do need another printer because 3 of my printers are down. Green Dragon? Wait, wrong side. Green Dragon? Green Filament? I want a large volume printer, like minimum 500. Brian, you're ridiculous. So how much is this Ender 3 XL going to be? Oh, you can't find it? Gotcha. Gotcha. I'm debating for my next printer that I'm either going to get a CR10S Pro from Tiny Machines, because they do upgrades to it and they make sure everything's working. Yes, you pay a little more, but saves upgrade time. Or Hypercube Evo. Why is my chat not showing up? I should have a chat box. Why is this chat box not working? I wonder if it only works with Twitch. See you later, Dels Logos. What's a Hypercube versus a Core XY as far as pricing? Oh, as far as mechanics? Well, the Hypercube, where is it? I don't want the frame, I want the whole dang kit. The Hypercube may actually use Core XY from this picture. Either that or it's just a belt around to sync the Z. Or is it... No, that may be the... Disregard. That's the belts for the... I don't know. You can't really see in the picture, but I think it might be a Core XY. See if... Yeah, it looks like the same setup that my Railcore has. A Rita Lynn cube. What? Oh, you're ridiculous. Yeah, Ritalin. I got it afterwards. You're ridiculous. Rosa. What you doing? They used to overprescribe kids. I think they still overprescribe kids. That was, what you making? Are you making that French toast? It's like opioids. It's just, doctors like, ooh, let's make money. Let's give it to everybody. It's like, oh, your kid's acting like a kid? Your kid's hyper? Let's give him Ritalin. Your kid must have ADD because it's acting like a normal kid. Why didn't you make that French toast? Babe, Emmy's a pain in the butt for one reason. Two reasons. One, you spoil the shit out of her. Two, you don't tell her no and keep to it. You let her grind you down until you cave. Emmy is a true princess that gets away with everything. Yeah, I like the thick bread French toast. Babe, let's go to Texas and have Brian make us breakfast. Hey, I have his address, so no joke. You think I'd get in trouble if I did like a UFO tour of the US and I stopped at every single subscriber's house just to say hey? Maybe one day I'll do it. I'll put up like a fill out this form if you want your UFO hand delivered. It might be a fun road trip. Is this print actually printing? So, my dang artillery sidewinder, I printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What the heck is that? 11 parts before I got my first jam. And I don't even think it really jammed. I think it broke. Hey, what's up, German printing nerd? This was supposed to be just a test stream, but people actually started showing up. Hey, what's up, Chris? I didn't actually think people were going to show up for my test stream. I don't know. It was just supposed to be a test stream. I was like, I told my girlfriend Rosa, I was like, hey, you want to help me test YouTube? She's like, yeah. So I went live, and people just started showing up. Yeah, I have a little ooze in my hair. I still got bedhead. It definitely is a pretty good match for my ooze, though. I was happy with it. Yeah, so guys who just joined, I stream a lot to Twitch, just because I'm a gamer. But it seems like for my 3D printing type streams, nobody ever shows up. It's just me and Rosa. And she's usually sending me naughty pics throughout the stream. So I decided to figure out this whole YouTube streaming thing, so I could do my 3D printing stuff on YouTube and my gaming stuff on Twitch. Which reminds me, the stupid YouTube chat still not showing up. I got distracted by something. Chat box. It says it works with YouTube chat. What the heck? Yep, visual settings. Hallway show messages. Font settings. Chatter. Alright, we'll test. Somebody say something. Aha, it's working. Sweet. Yep. I can't squish it too much though, it deforms the chat. Gosh darn it. make my camera smaller. Nobody needs my ugly face. What am I working on? Nada, mamacita, nada. Ferb. Is that from Phineas and Ferb? So anyways, I'm printing out the parts for the next UFO project so I can get a video out. My rail core is down for the 100 millionth time. I'm not very happy about it. Why are you making such weird noises? I think it's just vibration. Alright, Brian. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, Chris, so when I very first got the rail core and I brought it back from Murph, I think I was about a week before I started printing with it. Maybe 2. And at first, there was a mistake on my part, which I still want to find a fix for, but I would heat it up, and, well, you know, like I use Simplify 3D, or not, yeah, Simplify, right, yeah. So anyways, everything heats up, and then I would do a bed level probe. Well, during the bed level probe, the hot end cools down. It doesn't stay heated, which is stupid, in my opinion. It's got to be a bug with the duet or something. So by the time it would start printing, the hot end was too cold, and it would just keep jamming, and or give me an error that it wouldn't print, that it was too cold. I was like, well, that's stupid. So I ended up disabling the auto bed leveling, which at first I thought it was a problem with the rail core. So I thought like maybe while it was moving that there was a wire loose, and so that's why it was cooling down. So I replaced the thermistor and I replaced the heater cartridge. Was still doing it after that. So then I learned that you can't run auto bed leveling after the hot end heats up, which is stupid. So then I got it printing, and I can't remember what I was printing, but I was in the living room, and it printed for about 5 hours, and when I came back, my entire hot end, all the way almost to the fan, was just covered in a giant blob. And black filament. So I got that off. But for 4 hours, the motor just, kept trying to feed. So I got that off. And then every single print after that would just jam and jam and jam. And I thought it was the motor. because the motor would just tick. You know, usually when the hot or the extruder jams, the extruder still turns and just eats up the filament. I'm using the Mosquito, the same one that you got with that you ordered. Oh wait, no, you didn't order it. I forgot. I think that's one of the pieces you took off. Anyways, I got a Mosquito on there. And so, because the extruder wasn't eating the filament, the actual motor wasn't turning, I tried diagnosing that. And I upped the amperage, and that seemed to work a little bit because it worked a little better, but then it went back to just doing the turning. So then I thought maybe because 4 or 5 hours of not being able to feed, maybe I burn up the motor. I don't know. So I went out and bought a $60 motor to replace it. And I replaced it, and it's supposed to be a high torque motor, and blah blah blah. And it's got the 0.9 microsteps. And the motor works amazing, but it works too good, because now when it's feeding, and I have it all set up, calibrated and everything, so now when it feeds, it still jams. It stops feeding, but it's not the motor. The motor keeps spinning, the extruder keeps spinning, to the point, I don't know if I have one readily available. I might have threw them all away. But it was literally jamming and then kept pushing the filament to where it was creating little swirls, and the filament would just twist up on itself. That was friggin' annoying. Hi, Emmy. Good morning, princess. And I may, I may have to try an oiler, because Matt Weber and Chris Fries suggested that as well. But I may have to try that. But so it still kept jamming up. And then I'm going to show you what I did. It got to the point to where, oh, my camera's not going to reach. But maybe you can see that copper tube I have over the Bowden tube? It would jam at the nozzle. And then it would bend out, the Bowden tube would bend out. And I was like, this is friggin' annoying. So I replaced the Bowden tube because it was doing that little filament swirl right before the Bowden tube out of the Bondtech. So I was like, okay, maybe the Bowden tube's not long enough. So I made the Bowden tube longer so it would like force fit in there. And then the Bowden tube started doing that friggin' bending thing every time it jammed. So I put a copper tube around my Bowden tube so that it wouldn't bend anymore. And still jamming. So I'm like, alright, what's next down the line? The heat break. So I contacted Dan, and I'm like, Dan, what the heck is going on here? I'm ordering a new heat break, but do you have any other ideas? And he said, yeah, it sounds like the heat break too. That maybe when it clogged up, it ended up warping the heat break. So you think I'm getting heat creep? I might be. Maybe my fan sucks. But aw, hi Emmykins. Maybe I need to replace the little fan on the thing, but I replaced the yeah, I turned initially because I wasn't used to the fan on this thing blows like a tornado, and I wasn't aware of that at first, and when I talked to Jacob, I'm having a brain fart right now. But the guy from Project Red, he told me to turn the fan down because it blows too hard. So I have it down to 5%, where usually I have it at 80%. Which reminds me, doop, 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 doop. All right, yeah, I come with my own sound effects. But yeah, so I had to turn I have the fan running at like 5% now. So I don't think it's that anymore. But also, I don't even know where it's at now. Oh, here it is. So the nozzle from Slice, the vanadium or whatever the heck it is, when the filament was coming out, even with the fan off, the filament would shoot out kind of sideways. So now I'm thinking maybe the nozzle's jacked up. So I replaced the nozzle with a brass nozzle, and it immediately jammed up as well. I had to send a pic to Rosa and her daughter, our daughter. But yeah, so 2 days ago, after I put the brass nozzle on and it instantly clogged, I was like, well, this sucks. So I went to take the hot end back off, and I stripped the screw out of the aluminum mount. So now I can't keep the mount on there. So I had to order a new mount. So now it's dead. Until I get a new mount. But yeah, this honestly, I mean, I know this isn't a great selling point, seeing that I'm trying to sell them. And nobody else I've talked to that has bought one has had any problems with it. But for me, the last 3 months, this has been the most expensive paperweight I've ever purchased. So after I get the new mount, I'm going to, I found an oiler on Thingiverse that has Bowden connectors on both sides that I'm going to put before the Bondtech, and I'll try the oiler. I don't have an official V6. I have a V6 clone on my AM8 that is currently out of commission. Three out of the 5, well, now 4 out of the 5 of my printers are out of commission. Well, the V6, I think, is all metal hot end as well, right? Hey, thanks, CNX Tech. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They sent me 2 V6s that I gave out last month. Maybe I'll be like, hey. Emmy has chips. I want chips. What kind of chips are you eating, Emmy? I should go get my chips. You know what? I'm just gonna eat cookies. Cookies for breakfast is good, right? Alright, that's enough cookies, actually. I don't want cookies for breakfast. Funyuns. Funyuns are yummy. Fake onions. Yeah, those are yummy. I haven't had Funyuns. When I went to the store the other day, I actually almost bought Funyuns. Actually, you know what? Remember that multi-pack of chips I subscribed to? And then canceled because you yelled at me for getting too much junk food? I think there's Funyuns in them. Let me see. Oh my gosh, there is. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get Funyuns so I can have Funyuns with my daughter. Ah, why'd my camera fall? Fine, I will agree to our daughter. How about that? Look, Emmy, I got Funyuns too. Now I'm gonna crunch in everybody's ear. Oh well, this was supposed to be a test stream anyways. Y'all aren't supposed to be here. You're so possessive, honey. Me and Emmy both got Funyuns. Sneak peek at the next UFO. I can't really sneak peek much at the moment. The boxes aren't getting here until Monday. project I spoiled already. Twitter, which reminds me the hose should have got here Friday. I gotta go check because I didn't see the hose. Yep, it's another Robbie Mac design. I could probably spoil that. Let me find it. What's the accessory this month? Oh, yeah. I hope people are going to like the accessory. I have a feeling I'm going to get an email from somebody, because I've gotten one before, that the accessory and the project isn't going to be of value enough. But the accessory, I'm giving 4 Mylar bags. And retail value of these bags, and I'm not just giving the bag, I'm giving a 20 gram silica pack with them as well. But they value at $2.50 each retail. So that's $10 worth of accessory. Then the project is coming with 6 syringes and 6 foot of fish tank airline hose. For the hydraulic robot arm. So I hope people like it, but I'm sure at least one person is going to complain. The only really bad complaint I've had was March, when I gave out paint and did the LED. Oh, I don't. I mean, everybody's gonna... Not everybody is gonna be happy every... Let's see. Can I load a PDF? Let's just try the window capture. There we go. Well, I mean, I did Arduinos in January, but, you know, Arduino projects get expensive. I mean, I could give an Arduino every month, but I wouldn't be able to give the rest of the stuff that comes with it to do anything with it. My January UFO that had the Arduino project in it, I lost money that month. Because it came with the Arduino, the LCD screen, the temperature humidity sensor, the breadboard, the wiring. Did I say LCD screen? I mean, it was an expensive project. And I gave 5 filaments that month. And I can't remember what the accessory was. But, oh, check my phone. I thought you were telling me you were on the phone. My bad. Aw, my little tater tot. Emmy's so cute. Emmy, I'm almost out of my Funyuns. I might have to eat yours. You know, Chris, I have thought about that as well. But if I did that, the people who weren't subscribed for the full 12 months would complain. So the only way I could do that is if I had like a 12-month schedule and say the piece number 1 was an Arduino, right? And the second piece was an LCD screen, third piece, whatever. I would have to track the logistics so that I could, if somebody started in January, I sent them an Arduino. If somebody started in February, I sent them an Arduino, but the person who started in January got the second part versus the first part. And that's way too much logistic tracking for me. I've got way too much. I mean, this is all me. Like, my mom comes over and helps fold boxes sometimes. But besides that, no. Too much logistic work. Look, it's the 21st, and I plan on sending the UFOs out on the 29th. And I still have 600 samples to make. And I'm probably going to do spoiler streams this week. I'll do YouTube spoiler streams and make samples on stream. I'm going to have to find where to put my thing, though. I might put it right here on my desk. Move my monitor, my second monitor. No, I don't know. We shall see. Oh, that print's done printing. There's one thing I have to be careful of when I'm streaming. Yes, I cut all the samples myself. I spool them myself. I get sent kilogram rolls. Sometimes I get 3.5 kilogram rolls. Sometimes I get 10 kilogram rolls. And I built my own spooler. It's controlled by an Arduino. And stepper motor that I took off of an ANA A8. Actually, I got it from Matt Weber, who took it off an ANA A8. And I've got I need to change it to just a push button, but as of right now I've got a 12 key keypad, and I just have number 1 programmed. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The stepper motor would, between the Arduino, the stepper motor, the stepper driver, and the GT2 belt, that'd be a pricey project. But I had a laser cutter, and that broke 2 weeks after I bought it. and so I used that frame. And then I also used a an ATX power supply, so I could hook multiple ones up eventually. Need another coffee. Babe, will you make me a coffee, please? That would be wonderful. I don't know. September, I'm doing Suicide Awareness Month as my theme. Oh, come on, Shalm. I've posted pictures on Twitter. I know you had to have seen it. And welcome to my test stream. How could you have not seen it? I posted it twice, I think. I made it the color of my ooze. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so my September box is going to be Suicide Awareness Month. I have no idea what project I'm going to do for that month or what candy to get. But I got cloth ribbons and stickers of the Suicide Awareness ribbon. And I'm trying to get colors that are bright and cheery, and then also do a teal and a purple because it's the colors of the ribbon. What the flying... That's some BS. Anyways. Rosa just texted me. She's got to go into work early, which is BS. Hi, Emily. Emily's still watching me in the car. Gotta watch my mouth. Emily, tell Mama that's BS. No, I don't think I'm going to do my facial hair. My beard literally grows out so fast it wouldn't even matter. I have to shave like every 2 weeks. Well, trim. Because I don't shave. I hate shaving. The army ruined that for me. Which is really weird because you see these movies based on military and all these guys have beards. And I'm like, that's not a real thing. Except if you're in your, like, special forces or something. But you get these grunts with, like, long hair down to their necks and beards and stuff. I was like, no, not happening in true military. So yeah, Shalom, I will try to make it to Orlando Maker Faire. It depends if I'm still living here or not. And if I do... What's your Gumroad link? I always just look at the stuff when as you post it to Twitter. See, you just put FYI, we just reduced several designs on Gumroad. But you didn't put a link. There's a link to that sword, though, so. That sword looks sweet. You know what? I'm going to use that sword for, maybe. I don't know, it's kind of big. I gotta look through your stuff, because I need a dagger. Maybe 12 inches long for a Halloween project. Oh, that's a comment on the original. Show this thread. Oh, gotcha. Alright, yeah, I need a nice dagger for the Halloween project, because I think I'm gonna do a NeoPixel ring that people can put in at like the top of the hilt with a battery on the inside, possibly an Arduino. And then I'm gonna take side glow strands, whatever the frick you call them, so people can run it up the blade of the dagger and make like a lightning dagger. I mean, if you wanted, I mean, I don't have a design for anything. If you want to come up with a cool, cool little dagger design. Otherwise, I can just like use that Fury Song Sword. Looks freaking awesome. I just don't know if people would print something that big. Facebook Messenger? You know I don't have Facebook, right? Like, my company page has a Facebook, but I don't run it. Oh, that's pretty cool. I really love the look of that sword, though. I just gotta figure out a way to put the electronics and stuff in things. It would be cool though if you like print the blade in a translucent and did the side glow strands inside it. Otherwise you'd have to run them along the outside and glue them down. But I'm thinking maybe if I'm just looking at the sword, and I'll PM you on Twitter as well. But I think maybe if it was printed in 2 halves, long ways, with some screw holes to screw the 2 halves together to hold them together. So maybe the blade could have a design in a way that it looks like it has rivets or some shit on it that you could screw together and like maybe put some plugs in to cover them up. And then that way the blade can be printed flat. The 2 sides of the blade can be printed flat and then have the outsides come up instead of all at one piece. That way I can have two parts connect together printed hollow or semi-hollow. So they can be screwed together. Oh no, I'll think on it. I don't need it until well, shit, that's next month. Alright, I'll PM you. We'll figure something out. Definitely we'll figure something out. Holy cow, it says I got 5 people watching now. Hello, people who are not talking. Or people who may have already been here, but just went quiet. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Sholm, I mean, I'll shoot you a DM on Twitter just to remind you, but I think that Fury Songsword would probably work if I could print it in 2 halves and it had screw holes. That way I can put the electronics in the hilt. Hey, Tanny. But I could put the electronics in the hilt and then put the side glow strands all up and down the blade and then screw it together. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking out loud, thinking out loud. What do you mean incorrect pin? Fine, I'll use my fingerprint, jerk. Spiced version. Oh, Tanner3D. I always get you and Tanny all mixed up. I apologize for that. Like, I'll see your guys' names on Twitter, and I was like, hey, that's... Nope. Different person, different icon. What kind of Blender add-ons did you get? I'm debating whether I should try go back to Blender or if ZBrush is going to work out. I don't really know. Because I don't really want to pay $40 a month for a ZBrush subscription. But I want to start designing things. And I've used Blender on and off for years, so I know it somewhat. But I always had Hard Ops, Box Cutter, and Kit Ops. Are those programs or add-ons? I'm guessing those are add-ons. What all do they do? Box Cutter seems like a way to slice things up. Really? I'm gonna have to look those up. Cause I mean, if if Blender is something that some people on Twitter, I swear, since Blender's free, if it could do everything I need it to do, then I may just keep it. Cause I don't want to pay a $40 a month subscription to ZBrush. And I just got a tablet. Oh, I really need to submit this paperwork. Sounds like I'm in a bowl. Am I using the right one? My video capture device and my mic audio. Let's see. Does that sound better? For some reason I had two audio device selected. I don't know. I need to get this paperwork submitted. That's my ERF application. So it's $70 for 3 add-ons, but you're saying that these 3 add-ons will be all you'll ever need? But I bought, oh shoot, there's the other page. Oh gosh darn it, and dropped my labels. Anyways, so yeah, I bought this tablet to draw in ZBrush. But if it'll work in Blender, and if those add-ons are all I need, then maybe I'll just do that. Because I'd rather pay $70 for add-ons than $40 a month for ZBrush. I'm going to make a list of all these add-ons you're sharing. Hard Ops, Box Cutter, Kit Ops, Loop Tools. I think I have 3D printing toolbox already. Yeah, this is the XP. It's an XP pen. I can't remember the model. Whatever is 001. I think it's CR001, something like that. I don't know. But it wasn't a bad price. See how much I paid for it. $60. And it comes with pressure sensitive battery free pen. With it's got a button here. One of them's right click and one of them's programmable. I think it's all programmable, I guess. And it comes with 8 buttons to use here. So Slate 2. Okay, Slate 2 mobile lap desk is a laptop accessory, so I don't think that's... Oh, then they have the Slate 2 pencil and paper graphic tablet. Is that the right one? Alright, thanks Tanner. I'll write that down too. Master Xeon 1001. Let me save this before it Blender add-ons before it gets lost. See, that's one thing I like about there's a guy that does ZBrush tutorials. His name's Michael Pavlovich. I actually have his video up right now because I'm just trying to learn ZBrush. Just don't have time this week because UFOs. And he'll like start doing stuff fast because he's used to doing it, and then he'll back up and be like, sorry about that, let me show you what I'm doing. And he'll back up and explain things. Like he was doing I guess you quick press control or something and you can change the size of your brush, and he was doing it so fast and he's just so used to doing it, but he backstepped and explained what he was doing, so I like that guy. But it's ZBrush, not Blender. Yeah, Tanner, when are you gonna start putting your tutorials out? So I want to run an idea past you guys, since there's a few of you here. I'm sure you guys know who 3D Printing Professor is. Well, he's ran 2 successful Kickstarter campaigns and raised like over $5,000 each time. By doing little things like low poly dinos and his chibi moles. I need a better workspace. Because right now Alien3D is run out of my apartment. And I'm running out of room. So I was contemplating running a Kickstarter and designing I can't remember what I was going to call him, but basically Mr. Potato Head, but an alien head. And have design a bunch of accessories to make different aliens. And my girlfriend thinks that her daughter, our daughter, would like them and play with them. But if I could design, you know, like a Mr. Alien Head UFO that he can, you know, drive around in, and a bunch of different accessories. Hey, I don't care. If somebody wants to steal my idea on stream, then steal my idea. Whatever. But I don't want to do something that I don't think people are going to be interested in. Everybody knows that I'm the alien guy in 3D printing, so if somebody steals my idea and I call them out on it, then people will know what's up. But I don't know, I'm trying to come up with ways to get a building Doesn't have to be a big building. It just has to be a better building. Because I literally have rolls of filament all over my bedroom, my living room. I do commit. I mean, sometimes I slack. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Joe has a ton of followers already. So I know that was part of his success. I mean, he already has a ton of Patreon followers. He already has a ton of people following him on Twitter and YouTube. But you know what? I worked with Joe on his Filament of the Month Club. I did the samples and I did the mailing outs for those. And it did not succeed. So, I mean, he doesn't succeed at everything he does. So I think it's also a possibility for somebody small like me to still get out there. Rep Ranger, did I miss that? I had to have missed that. RepRanger.com, I'm guessing, is not. Oh yeah, the Jeep, I saw that. That is the, yep, designed by Ricky. I think to be successful at doing models, you either A, have to do what Sholm does and put out 50 million models, or two, you have to get somebody to make it go viral. Like when what was it? The Matter Hackers dude that had the visor that came up and somebody made it into a trash can and all of a sudden 50 million people were printing it. You have to figure out a way for make it go viral. And yeah, the Philbin, that's it. And then or three, you have to find a cool niche that, like 3D printing professors, chibi moles, or those low poly dinos. They were simple little things, but I mean, kids love dinosaurs, so the low poly dinos are gonna work. The chibi moles, I did not look at a lot of, but I think there's a. Oh, I didn't know Pooch commissioned that. Well, it may do better than after he does it. See, Emmy, I know Emmy loves dinosaurs. I'm gonna have to show you, babe. Yeah, 3dpprofessor.com. Emmy is not weird. Stop that. So I actually backed this Kickstarter, so I have all the models. But there are 41 low poly models. It's got a T-Rex, Triceratops, Diplodocus, whatever. Just a whole bunch of dinosaurs. It's got cavemen, cracked eggs. Let me see. I'm going to send it to you, babe. Alright, just go to that website, and on the very front page, on the left-hand side, there's a link to the low poly dino models. I haven't seen the chopper. I think I've been living under a rock lately. Rep chopper is not showing up in a Google search. Oh wow, Tanner, your tweets are being translated into Chinese. On WHQWL.com. Modular weapons. Yeah, I only see 2 posts hashtagged with rep chopper, and they don't show either what it looks like. I'm looking through your media now. Man, I haven't had a surgeon forever. Oh, that was to Chris Riley's post. I remember that. Let's see. Oh, you changed the hashtag? Oh, hell yeah. That does look super sweet. I love the duct tape on the guns, by the way. Oh, that was Terry Dew. Put the duct tape on there. It's funny. Are those G.I. Joes? Yeah. I didn't see who printed it. I just saw the image and clicked on it and enlarged it. And then after I minimized it, I saw Terry's. That does look super sweet, though. I need to print more things. Of course. What the? I didn't start the next print? Did I take off the last print? I think I did. Oops. Got distracted, apparently. And here I thought the print was going to be done. Hey, what's up, Techie Dad? Thanks for stopping by here. Hey, half of your UFOs paid for next month. But you're very welcome. I honestly, I've been streaming for an hour and a half now, and I did not plan on doing so. I was just going to test the YouTube stream from Streamlabs to see how it worked. And then all of a sudden people started showing up, so it's progressed from there. So 18th scale vehicles is kind of your thing? What do I gotta do to get a some alien themed vehicles? You're so cute, babe. Yeah, because Tanner, something I want to start doing, and I know Sholmes showed he was interested, but I'd like to start getting designers involved with the UFO, and like maybe coming up with a unique design for the UFO that obviously you can sell. But if people would design something for the UFO that I can link out to. I gave a lot of them out at Murph. I still have a bunch left though. But I actually I had them. Murph was so crazy for me, like so crazy, because the first day I had to finish putting the alien together, and I think we got that done by 1 o'clock on Saturday. And then obviously once you put up a 9-foot alien with glowing antenna, people start coming up and just talking about it and what you do. So Murph was crazy, just freaking crazy. And what upsets me about Earth is that at Murph, people were like, "Oh yeah, Earth is bigger. You'll have more room. You'll be able to put up the whole 12-foot alien." And they've got high ceilings and blah blah blah. And I am talking to you, baby. I texted you back, you brat. Or are you talking about at Murph? Murph, I did talk to you a lot. I even had people watch my booth so I could go talk to you. You know that. But so people at Murph were telling me I'd be able to set up the giant alien at Earth. And then I contact Earth about it, and they're like, no, we don't have room. You can't do it. It'll take up more space than your table. And so you're not allowed to do it. And I'm like, what the flying heck? So that upset me. And yet, Protopasta gets all the room in the world to set up an extruder, and I love the guys at Protopasta. But it just shows me that there are companies who get more leeway than other people. And I understand I'm a small guy. I understand I'm only paying $100 for a bronze table. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll take it anyways and set it up in the parking lot. Later, Shalom. And yeah, don't get me wrong, Murph ate a lot of money. And, because I had to rent the trailer. And then, because of the trailer, gas was a heck of a lot crazier. And, then the hotel rooms and all that fun stuff. And I honestly did not get any return out of it. I didn't see an increase in UFO signups. I didn't see an increase in filament sales. But the adventure and the experience was worth it to me. Well, yeah, I met a lot of people. The experience and just meeting people, and literally I had UFO subscribers walk up to me with their kids, tell me their stories about their projects, and tear me up. And Techie Dad was one of them. It's just people telling me their stories, how the projects and the boxes have been something fun for not just them, but their family to do. And that, to me, was worth it. I mean, I spend more money going to Universal for a day. And that's standing in line 90% of the time for a 5-second ride. But yeah, Murph was definitely worth it, just from the experience and the stories and meeting people. And what's really funny to me, when I first got into 3D printing, I had the little starstruck-idness going on about Joel Telling, Joe Larson, Tom Sandlanderer, Joseph Prusa. When I first started getting into 3D printing, the first 6 months to a year, I would see these people mention me on Twitter, and I'd be like, holy cow, they mentioned me. But I don't know if I got jaded or what, but it's like they're just people to me now. And when I met them at Murph, it was awesome to meet Joel Telling in person. It was awesome to meet Tom Sandlander. It was awesome to meet Joe Larson. It was awesome to meet 3D Printer Noob. Or 3D Maker Noob. But I wasn't starstruck. They were just people to me that I got to shake their hand and take selfies with. But it's just, I don't know. Just how I am, though. I mean, I used to hang out with millionaires and local celebrities and stuff, and it's just like whatever. They're just people. I will not name names. No, I'm not becoming one of those people. No way. I've got 160 followers on you. No, I'm thinking 172. Oh, 173 subs on YouTube. I have 1,000 followers on Twitter. I am far from becoming one of those people. But I don't know. I hope no matter how big I may get, I hope I don't change. Hey, catch you later, Techie Dad. I thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for stopping by. And yeah, I guess that's true, Tanner. I mean, a lot of people do, even if they don't follow me, they hear my name or hear of my company. So that's cool. But I don't know. I hope no matter how big I get, I don't change who I am. And I will not name names, but there are people I met at Murph who are big. And in person, I kind of lost respect for them because they're assholes. Excuse my language. They were jerk faces in person. You can slap me all you want, babe. Well, it's like Joel Telling. He 100% was the same in person as he is on YouTube, on Twitter. And even if it is his TV personality, he still carried that through the whole thing. But there were other people that I know came from small, humble beginnings that are too big for their britches now, and they're jerks. And I will show face in the community, but I will never support them as far as financially giving them my money. Oh yeah, 3D Maker Noob was awesome too. Me and him hung out outside and just BS'd for like an hour. I mean, and I didn't even know he was coming. I just saw him and I was like, hey, how you doing? And he said, hey, Alien3D, right? And because I printed a part of his mural. And we just stood outside talking for like an hour. Which usually for a big name like 3D Maker Noob is, you don't have time to do that because you're constantly being swamped. But he was really cool. And I need to congratulate him because I hear he was able to quit his job and do 3D printing stuff full time now too. Yeah, but Tanner, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. A lot of people have public faces, and that's all they are, is public. Oh, he just works from home now? Gotcha. Yeah, Walter is the same guy on and off camera. I've been to his house. Walter is a genuine dude. Him and his wife Regina took me out to dinner at a seafood restaurant. It was flippin' amazing. I got this steak with lobster tail and stuff all on top of it. It was freaking amazing. Yeah, I've hung out with Walter a few times. But yeah, I've been to his house. I'd go more often, but it's like a 3-4 hour drive to his house. And Fun King 3D, Glenn, he lives 45 minutes from me. I still need to go over there. His wife's gonna kill me. She's been telling me for 6 months to come over for dinner. And when I saw her at Murph, okay, where was I? I was at Gainesville Maker Fair. And she said, "Hey, I'm going to make you, I can't remember what dish. You should come over soon." I was like, "Absolutely. But I'm just prepping for Murph. And but I'll let Glenn know." Then I saw her at Murph and she was like, "I bought the ingredients to make you dinner and you never came." I got busy with Murph. And then, so I feel bad. And now we've been back from Murph for, 3 months now, and I still haven't made it back over there. I really need to. Maybe I'll call Glenn later and see maybe next week. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I get so bit. It's UFO week. I can't do it this week. I'll call Glenn later and see if that dinner invitation's still open. Yeah, Chris Riley is another amazing person. And I found a girlfriend who requires all of my time 24/7. And I happily give it to her because she's amazing. But yeah, Chris Riley is another amazing guy. Got to meet him at Murph. Didn't get a lot of time to spend with him because he's celebrity-ish too, and 100 million people had his time 24/7. But But Chris is one of those guys, no matter who you are, you can just say, "Hey, I have a question," and he will sit there and take the time to help you. No, it's not her fault. 80 to 90% of the time, the reason UFOs are late is because suppliers drive me nuts. Like, I'm still waiting on one filament, and every month I'm waiting on the same company. And I'm about to stop using them. Because I contact every filament manufacturer from now, like, as of 2 months ago, because I finally have a buffer of money to start ordering earlier. Yeah, and that's what I'm working towards, Chris. But I finally have a buffer of money to where I can start ordering stuff earlier. And I actually had push plastic in one of my UFOs. Didn't I? I think I did. Pretty sure I did. Uh-huh. Yeah, babe. You helped me get the No, honestly though, there are a couple days where I'm just my head's not in the game, and she will call me and literally be like, get up, go do this. And I'll be like, I don't want to. Get up, go do this. And she will, now I'm going to say it, she'll kill me later, but she will nag the hell out of me until I get stuff done. So yeah, she does actually help me a lot get the UFOs. I don't think I've done Paramount 3D yet. I'll look them up. Let me add that to my Tanner file. Can't type at the moment, apparently. I need a purple for my September box. I need a purple and a teal. Spoiler, sorry. Oops. I will contact them about that. Chris, I am currently ordering... I don't usually like giving out too much detail, but I don't care anymore. I was up to 16 kilograms, but when summer came, I lost a lot of subscribers. So I do 14 kilograms per vendor a month right now. I order 15 just in case I get a influx towards the end of the month, or I end up with an extra one and I print stuff with it. I really, really, really need to figure out what to start doing with empty filament spools, though. Because I think I put 7 tubs full in the shed last month. I probably have close to 1,000 empty spools. Oh, no, it didn't show in chat, but the YouTube might have blocked it. I don't know what my settings are. I'm so new to the whole YouTube streaming thing. I don't even see a link being blocked. So it may have been too long. I used to list my leftovers on my website. Because before I learned exactly how many I needed each month, or what my trend was on new subscribers, like Chris Riley, I love him to death, but he kind of gave me a heart attack in January, because he has been my biggest influencer off of just one video. January, I sent out 110 boxes. February, I had to send out 220. I doubled my subscriber count in 1 month after Chris put his video out, his unboxing video. And since then, it's been fluctuating up and down here and there. as of today, I have 180. When summer hit, I hit a lot. I lost a lot. But anybody who cancels, it sends a survey out to them, or an email, and everybody that replies says it's summer, work slow, can't afford it right now. We'll be back. So, not a lot of growth since January, but Chris Riley gave me a heart attack. Anyways, before I get off subject, so before I used to order I used to plan, because for the first 6 months I gained 20 new subscribers a month. So I would order for the number of subscribers I had, plus 20 subscribers, plus a buffer. And I often ended up with at least 3 to 4 extra rolls, and I used to post them on my website. Like I had Proto Pasta Winter Blue on there. I took them down, but I still have one more roll of the Winter Blue. It's not extremely sealed though, so I'm not sure if it's going to be waterlogged. I still have, I think, 3 rolls of the Ziltech wood fill. But again, that was what, last September or October that I did the Ziltech wood fill. So I don't know if it'd be waterlogged by now. Yeah, I know I don't have to. And as I get bigger, maybe I should keep my mouth shut. But I'm sorry. I'm a little guy. I don't like hiding things from people. I try to be very customer oriented, and I mean, what's it gonna hurt me if people know my numbers? I know the numbers of MakerBox. Not that they've told me, because for months me and MakerBox didn't get along. But now we've kissed and made up. But I know their numbers just from various sources, and they are a lot bigger than me, which is why they can do a lot more than I do as far as the type of filaments they can include. No, I didn't count the boxes in their picture. I don't think they show all their boxes in their picture. But I think because of their numbers, they are able to do more than me and put more exotic filaments. And I've reached out to some companies to get some more exotic filaments, and either I don't hear back from them, or they can still want to charge me $1 million for a roll of filament. And I have a group of people who I consult with that consist of subscribers and non-subscribers. They help me with ideas. They tell me if I'm stupid. They tell me if my projects are dumb. I wish I would have had them in November, because November was the worst. Well, here's the thing with Prusa. I've included them in 2 or 3 boxes now. I know 2 for sure. And I have to use a backdoor to get that discount. I talked to Joseph at Murph, and I was like, hey, do you know who I am? You're like, yeah, I've heard of you. I was like, I would like to work with you on something. He's like, oh, yeah, that sounds fun. Talk to me when you're ready. I was like, okay, cool. So I contacted them about my anniversary box, thinking, hey, maybe Prusa would do something cool with me for my anniversary. I got an initial email back saying, hey, we'll run this by Joseph and blah, 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 and we'll get back to you. 2 months later, didn't hear from him. Do I know of a good construction fluorescent green PLA? What do you mean by construction? Are you talking about something that's commercial grade that has high impact? Or oh, I'm sorry. Constructicon. Let me look up that color. I could tell you exactly where to get some from. That kind of looks like a Lulzbach green. There are two places off the top of my head. IC3D has a Lulzbach green, and Snow Labs has a lime green, they call it, but it looks more like that color. I can't remember if it's under their PLA or their PETG or their PLA Plus. Alright, it's not in their PLA. I just saw it the other day because, oh, there it is. Snow Labs under their PLA Plus, they've got Sublime Green. And that is close to the color, I think. Let me see if... Oh, damn it, I accidentally opened Simplify 3D. Let me see if I can do a window grab. Yeah, I think that's the closest, because I think the Lulzbot green from IC3D is about the same, actually. But I don't know if they sell it anymore. They definitely don't have it under their PLA anymore. Was it a PET G? Okay, yeah, if you go to IC3D under their PET G, it's called Green Bright. That's the other color I was thinking of that is close to that Constructicon color. So I guess it depends on what you're gonna pay like $5 more for the PET G over the PLA Plus. I do not need glasses, Rosa. Shush. No, I didn't look at Graybeard's filament site, but you were probably asking Tanner. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Alright, Tanner. Let me know, I do not, shush. Let me know if that works out. If not, I'm sure I could find something. You know me too well, though. I definitely know where to find a green. I can almost pinpoint any color because I look at filament so often. Not as often as I used to. Because before I used to like search for every filament company I could possibly find. And now that I'm to the point to where I know all the companies that... I probably don't know all the companies that are out there, but I have a list of a lot. And whenever I want a certain color, I kind of know where to go to get it. So I don't dig through sites as often as I used to. Look, babe, I told you, you make an appointment to the dentist, I'll make an appointment to the eye doctor. Boom. Literally, Chris, for the last 5 months that we have been together, she, every month, at least twice a month, her teeth Tronxy. Let's see. Might be nice if I could spell it. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret if you don't already know. like 80% of PLA, the base PLA, all comes from the same company. I think it's NatureWorks. They basically have the PLA market on lockdown. As far as all of these, you know, the color changing filament that have been popping up lately, the black, orange, red, I think it is, the tricolor. Every single brand of that comes from Hello3D. Every company that has that branded, and some companies are selling it for like $1 million. Why are you vibrating so much? I didn't put any quarters in you. Calm down. Yeah, every single brand of that filament, it all comes from Hello3D. The Repcord military khaki? The olive, I believe, I cannot say for certain, but I believe that olive drab is from IC3D. And they actually, I was going to sell it. I was going to call it Space Ranger Green. But I couldn't afford to release it. But yeah, this was an unreleased color when I put it in the UFOs. And I was going to release it as a Space Ranger Green. But I couldn't afford to do so. So maybe Repcord jumped on that. I'll have to look. And I am actually probably not going to use IC3D anymore since Sean left. I've been getting complaints on the filament that I've got from them. And I'm not happy. Like when Sean worked there and I had a problem, I'd be like, Sean, I have a problem. And Sean would take care of it for me. He would go to Michael, Michael was always great to me, but I haven't heard from him since Murph. But since Sean left, it's like they don't care about me, really. What do you mean you'll be nice right now, babe? Be nice all the time. Now, I will tell you guys a little bit of a spoiler. I don't know time frame. But I have found a guy who wants to partner with me on carrying filaments from more exotic stuff. And, oh, okay, yeah. That's cool. So maybe this Ranger Green is, what do you mean you were unable to deliver my Amazon package? Oh, you've got... Oh, babe. So anyways, there's a guy that wants to partner with me. He's going to assist in funding me being able to carry more filament colors, and rebrand. And I'll tell you right now, and I'll post it on my site when I put them. They're gonna be Hello 3D, but not a lot of people carry Hello 3D as Hello 3D. They all rebrand it. So when I put Hello 3D filaments into the UFOs, people are like, where can I buy it? And I'm like, I don't know, unless you order directly from them, which you can't do unless you contact them. Meeting and talking to me at Murph inspired him to stay in 3D printing. That's awesome. That is super awesome. Stay in 3D printing. I keep trying to give you cool projects to inspire you. That's awesome. It hits me right in the feels. Making me tear up. Stop it. Where was I? Oh yeah, so Hello 3D filament. I will be carrying soon. And I don't know if I'm going to rebrand and still say manufactured by Hello 3D, which I do believe I will do, because I do like being transparent. But nowhere else that is selling Hello 3D, you can't know that it's Hello 3D because they completely rebrand it and say it's theirs, and then they charge you twice as much. But I will tell you, shipping is ridiculous from China, at least for a small batch. I ordered where are you? Hello 3D email. So I ordered 16 rolls of filament from Hello 3D last week. And ranging from conductive to the tricolor temperature change, temperature color change to 2-color, UV light color change, luminous, glow in the dark. What else? A marble, a dark copper, and 3 different silk colors. Did I mention the conductive? Conductive's expensive. But 16 rolls for evaluation purposes. And shipping alone just for 16 rolls is $128. Well, see, that's the thing with IC3D. They do not allow you to completely white label. Because that's what I tried doing with the Alien Ooze and the Probed. I was going to white label it. They said I couldn't. And so I could either pay the cost of keeping their name on it, like just their name, which Sean hooked me up with putting my logo on the label as well. So that was cool. But that's like co-branding or whatever. And then they have like what Repcord does, and Repcord provides the labels, he provides the spools, and he provides the boxes. Actually, I think he has the boxes and they send them all to him, and he boxes them, one of the two, I can't remember. But he pays more than I did to be able to do that, but still carries the IC3D powered by. For some reason, IC3D won't let people completely white label, which makes no sense to me because they're open source filament. But Repcord's definitely paying more for the filament than I am. But he has branded boxes and branded labels and branded spools. And the 3-color change stuff is Amelin. Is it the same black, red, orange? Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Amelin is rebranded Hello 3D. Oh, I could guarantee it now, looking at their website. Every single one of their colors is manufactured by Hello 3D. Which is hard for me as someone who wants to put different filaments in my UFOs, because there are some brands where all I'm doing is, like, just for example, if I were to put Amelin in the box and I just had Hello 3D in the box, I'm basically giving people the same filament with a different name on it. And I try not to do that. But there are brands out there that I don't know if they're rebranded. And I'm not going to, I obviously can't guarantee that Amelin is rebranded Hello 3D. But I can say they have all the same exact colors and offerings. And their spools look the same. Anywho, Strong Hero sent me a box too. I almost did not tag them in my print the other day though. They contacted me and they're like, "You wanna review our filament?" I was like, "Yeah." And then they sent me the box and I got the filament, and like 2 days later they got into it with Luby over using her models on their website. And instead of being like, "Okay, Luby, you're a respected designer in the community. Everybody knows you. Everybody has your back. We will definitely tag you on our website." No, instead they do this pencil drawing, trying to make excuses for using somebody's model without tagging them in it. And that made me mad. So I haven't printed with... I have not printed with the filament that they sent me. That, oh, what? Or what? They're right there on my table. Don't ruin it. I need it. Did you get it? Alright, anyways. But yeah, the color that I used... Oh, it's still at my photo box. The color that I used for the mountains on the Vortex Keep is a spool that I purchased. So I went ahead and tagged them. But the stuff they asked me to review, I haven't printed jack with it yet. Because they made me mad. And maybe as a company, I shouldn't get in the middle of things like that. Like, I got in the middle of the whole Creality thing. When Creality pissed off the community. And then they tried to saving face and then something. And then I stuck up for Creality. And maybe as a company, I shouldn't do that. But my company is me. And I'm opinionated, and I do hold back a lot because I don't want to damage my brand, but sometimes I have to say something. Exactly. Yeah, no politics for sure. There's two things I absolutely do not talk about publicly: politics and religion. I will post some things, like my post last month when I changed all of my stuff on my site to rainbows, and supported Pride Month. I am not gay, but I have friends that are, friends that were, transgender friends, and look, we're all human. We all should be entitled to our own choices. And then yesterday I posted the racism post. But to me, those are human rights and respect. Politics and religion do not belong in fun communications, because every single war ever in existence have basically been around three things: politics, religion, and expansion. Hey, Michael Fox. Yeah, that whole thing between Shulm and Jerry, should not have happened. That's all I'll say about that. They are both very opinionated people. Oh, yeah, definitely not on a YouTube stream. You want to talk privately in a Discord chat, whatever, cool. But I know absolutely for sure Shulm is catching a lot of shit for that. And I'm not going to say I blame anybody for giving him shit for that, because it was out of line. Oh yeah, they were definitely both in the wrong. They were definitely both in the wrong. But I don't know. I'm gonna stay out of it. Um, I'm glad you found the Godzilla, Michael. It was funny, the first box that Robbie Mack designed for me, I didn't know about the whole Godzilla thing. Uh, and then he told me about it, and I laughed. He was like, "I'm sorry I didn't say anything." I'm like, "No, dude, I love stuff like that. Absolutely love it." I have to check this month's design. I don't know if I saw Godzilla in this month's design. I'm gonna have to ask him where he put it if he did, because I don't see it in this month's design. I know where he usually puts them. If he did hide it in this month's design, he hid it really well. I wonder... I don't see it. I don't need glasses. It's just I'm just trying to look hard. Yeah, he always puts it in there are Indy cars out there with little Godzillas hidden on. I believe it. I believe it. No, I know where the Godzilla is for last month's box, the box that you're talking about. It's on the end of the aliens. I'm looking at the next month's box, the one that's going out next week. I do not see it. I'm gonna have to ask him. And if he forgot to put it in, then people are gonna be looking for it and not finding it, and it's not gonna be there. But I'm wondering if it's... Nope. I think he... I'm gonna have to message him now. I wonder if he forgot it. Oh, shoot. What's cheating? Asking him? No, it's because, well, it's like I have the August box design in front of me in all its glorious. And I can't find Godzilla anywhere, and I'm wondering if he forgot to put it in there. Which also reminds me, I still need to send him the June box. Well, I didn't ask him where it was. I asked him if he included it. Because if he did include it, it's super, super hidden. Super, super hidden. I already spoiled the box design to Chris Galata. I won't spoil it for the rest of you guys. I'm going to start doing some spoiler streams, though. Probably this week, because I need to get the rest of the filament samples done. Yeah, I absolutely cannot find it. Oh, you're printing the UFO? Did you do the electronics work yet? No, the Easter box he didn't design. Robbie did not start designing the boxes until the June box. Yeah, yeah, the June box. So he's done the June, July, and now the August box, and he's working on the September box. Yeah, all the design boxes from the beginning until the May box. The May box is the last one I designed. Actually, no, the March box, Sean Art Mods, he designed. Well, Tanner, Tanner, are you one of my subscribers? I think you are. Hey, Kit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I don't know well, obviously your name's Tanner, Ricky Tanner, but like for the first 6 months, every month when I was doing labels, I could recognize everybody's names. And I still recognize a lot of people's names, but it's gotten to the point where I can't remember everybody anymore. Oh no, I completely understand, Tanner. I do not have a source for the glass tube on the Thingiverse project. I did not use it. I put mine on the June thing, and so I cheated because it has the glass top as well, so it flashes down into it. It was Tony, I believe, Tony Nunez, that posted his the other day, his video. He said he ordered his off of Amazon, I believe. So he may be able to give a link. Oh, I completely understand that, Tanner. I mean, my day job is so wonky. I don't know how much I'm making in a given month from my day job. Some weeks I get like 5 hours, some weeks I get 20 hours. I love the 20-hour weeks, obviously, but it's definitely wonky. Earl on a phone booth. What? Okay, I'm so confused now. I'm a web developer. Oh, that's not a phone booth. Kit, I know you're a subscriber, so you should know what this is. Maybe I should do a TARDIS theme one month. So anyways, I'm a web developer. But I don't have direct clients. There's a company based out of Texas that I work on their clients. I don't know if you've heard of Maggiano's Italian restaurant. I do their website. I hate it. But they're probably the biggest client I work on. Texas Coffee School, Thomas Printworks, Trinity, their church, Wright Roofing, Sapphire Homes, Rob Carmen, Paul Mitchell, Payne Mitchell, John Stone. He used to work on Caliber Collision. I got like 40 different clients that I do work for, but it's always like 15-minute tasks. And my project managers, I'm sure they think things are going to take a long time. So they're like, Michael, didn't I reply? Oh, that's sweet. A guy named Dave signed up. And he said, if you ever need anything, let me know. He owns a design studio and laser cutter, among other toys. I have to talk to him. Everybody's trying to sell spatulas now, and I'm sorry, but the Creality spatulas that they just emailed me about look like the same stuff I can get off of Amazon for $1. Sorry, I need to stop talking shit about companies. My apologies. Wow, I do not see a reply to your email. I am so sorry. I swore I emailed you back, but it should be fixed. I know I emailed you back. I remember writing the email. Yeah, it's in my outbox. Or in my sent box. So I did. Anyways. Yeah, it can look like a phone booth kit. Let's see. Spider webs. No idea what that was response to. But yeah, Maggiano's does have good food. They have one here in Orlando that I went to last summer. And yeah, Tanner, I'm a PHP developer. I've been doing it for 21 years now. And 90% of the time I've just done freelance work. And it wasn't until I moved to Texas to where I actually discovered my worth. Because I used to literally charge like $10, $15 an hour. And there was this one company that I basically ran their office, did all the development work, did the server work, customer service, billing, and the dude paid me like minimum wage. And one day he told me he couldn't afford to pay me. And then the next day he came in bragging how he spent like over $2,000 building an aquaponics farm at his house. So I walked out, and he would email me and be like, hey, I need you to do this. I'm like, hey, F off. And he's like, man, you owe me. I'm like, excuse me? I ran your company pretty much for the last 2 years and you screwed me over. Hardcore. So you can just kiss my ass. And then a month later, a company out of Texas found me on probably Monster, I don't know. And they paid me, I think, $35 an hour. And I worked for them for 2 years remotely. Actually, well, like a year and a half remotely. And then they offered me to come out to Texas. It was supposed to be just to visit. But while I was there, they took me out to breakfast and they offered me $85,000 a year to become their project manager. And that was the most money I'd ever made in my life. So I was like, heck yeah, where do I sign up? And ended up moving out to Texas. I bought a $300,000 house. They had a bunch of projects that they did not listen to me on. Things I told them not to do, advised against, this, that, and the other. 9 months later, the company went out of business. And 9 months after that, my house went into foreclosure. But then I got connected with an agency. Basically, it's a hemp agency that just fills roles. And they mostly do temp to perm contracts. And I was like, look, I can't stand working for other people. I can't stand going into the office. I love people in general. Like, doing customer service for Alien3D and interacting with the community is amazing. dealing with clients in a web dev environment, it's like IT customer support. It's, how do I do this? Did you turn the power on? Which, another funny story with my mother later. It's like that. It's people. I can't stand people in the general public. And I hate this build. I like flex plates. I hate build surfaces. I just need to stop buying them and go back to print bite. Anyways, so yeah, so I got with them and I told them I'd handle other remote work, and they started me off at $45 an hour, and they hooked me up with the company that is basically a sub company. They do Reap marketing. They do all the work for Maggiano's and all this other stuff. So after a year working for them through the agency, they, I think, when was it? Last October, I think. They decided to work with me directly. So I make $50 an hour now doing web dev work, which is, besides the 85,000 a year, is the most I've ever made per hour. But most weeks I'm only getting like 5 to 10 hours a week, which is fine with me, because after 21 years I'm burnt out with web development work. And exactly, Tanner. I mean, it's... Alexa, calm down. I did not say Alexa. I said exactly.
Okay, I will keep calm and carry on.
Yeah, you better keep calm and carry on. Well, I kinda not really charge a minimum time. Basically, if they assign me something, and my project managers, bless their little hearts, but they don't know. You know, they take what the client wants, tell me, and then I do it and tell them if it's possible or not. They don't know. So they'll assign something to me thinking it'll take an hour or two, and then I go in and I do it in 15 minutes. But there are some tasks that they assign me that literally take me 30 seconds or a minute, and I will log 15 minutes. So I do that minimum 15 minute per task, and then on each task I round up to the nearest 15 minutes. So if something takes me 22 minutes, I log 30 minutes. And it's not that I'm trying to be unethical, because I've even told them that's what I do. It's just I'm so fast at what they ask me to do. I have to, otherwise I'd never make any money. Yeah, but do you have a 1 hour minimum per task? Or a 1 hour minimum per client? Or... because basically the company that I work for, I'm a 1099 contractor, but I'm doing work for, on an average week, I probably do work on 10 different projects. Yeah, see, I can't do that with this company. They'd get rid of me. Because literally they give me 30-second task. I can't charge them an hour for it. Now, this company in particular, they're not one of those corporate companies that would like, okay, my developer worked 15 minutes on this project, I'm going to charge you an hour. To my knowledge, I will find out, but I believe they charge the client the amount of hours that I charge them. They just probably charge the client more per hour than what I charge them. It's a pretty good company. They're pretty awesome people, so I don't think they're price gougers like a lot of corporates. Ugh! I can't get this damn... I can never find my razor blades. Yeah, I used to try to do monthly service agreements with some of my clients that were direct clients, but they were like, "Oh, that's too much." I was like, "Look, if your sites crash and I have to spend 40 hours fixing them, or if you go in and you install an insecure plugin and somebody hacks your site and I have to go through your database and clean it out, and it takes me 40 hours, I'm going to charge you $50 an hour for that 40 hours. Or you can pay me a flat fee, and some months, sure, I may not do anything on your site. But on the months that I do, you'll be thanking me." Hey, later, Kit. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, yeah, Tanner, for sure. The 3-pixel image move, I know that very well. What really, really gets under my skin nowadays is responsive design. Not that I'm against responsive design, because it's great. What bothers me is the clients do not understand responsive design. So I will get a design from a designer for a site, and I will translate it into a responsive design, and then they go have an office meeting and they put their website on a 65-inch monitor and wonder why it's not pixel perfect to the design. I'm sorry, but it's called responsiveness. Sure, the designer may design an element at 600 pixels, but if you're looking at a freaking 6,000 by 6,000 freaking 4K display, not going to be 600 pixels. Get with the program. And yeah, I know I just threw numbers out there, but you know what I meant. I cannot get this gosh darn thing off this build plate. Where'd Rosa go? Is she playing store with the kiddos again? Probably ain't even listening to me anymore. And for those of you who got these spatulas the other month, I am so sorry that they were not sharpened. I thought they would be. Because this is basically what I do. I look for things, and then I have a company that finds things for me. So it's like, I found the kit on Amazon that had all these same tools that I provided, except they had a case. I couldn't afford the case. I'm sorry. But so I was like, "Hey, company, find me this," and then they find it for me. And then I have to wait a month and a half to actually get the stuff, so I don't know what it's like until it's in my hand. And I didn't know they weren't sharpened. Oh my gosh. I really need to find my razor blade. I use it all the time. I have "oh, there you are" tools. Every single tool I have is a "oh, there you are" tool. Because when I need it, it's never around. But when I don't need it, "oh, there you are." I should probably not be using an X-Acto knife. Yep, I already dug into the... I'm going to put it on and heat the bed up. That usually works. Wait, was that the last part anyways? I think that might have been the last part. Other than the pins. Ooh. Interesting. That means I can do the controller now. Alright. I have 2 Wham Bam systems. And, my first Wham Bam system went on my G-Tech A10M. And a week later, the bed stopped working. And I did not want to buy another magnet. And I just accidentally unplugged my mic, so hopefully you can still hear me. Is this the right one? I don't think it is. And it switched to my head. Annoying you are. Okay, that's the right one. What is this plugged into? My camera. Son of a biscuit! I need more USB ports on the front of my... We're just not going to print right now. Look, even if you have wireless headphones, babe, you still have to plug it into a USB port. Or a audio jack. But I have 3 USB ports on the front of my computer. And they're all being used. And then I have like 6 or 8 on the back of my computer, but I don't want to crawl under my desk. Especially for this. Yeah, I need to get a hub. Need a new computer. This one's 5 years old. And surprise, surprise, it's an Alienware. I can't see. What spool holder do I use for the rail core? I use my ANET A8 thing with a 8mm rod. Yeah, that's the spool holder that came with my ANET A8. It's acrylic triangle thing. It still has the paper covering on the acrylic. Yeah, my A8 is sitting over there with all the paper on the acrylic. It is out of commission because I tripped over the USB cord and ripped the controller board in half. And then my AM8 is sitting right there out of commission because it stopped holding temperatures above PLA temps. So I didn't want to catch my house on fire. Yeah, got it plugged in. Alright, simplify. ¿Dónde estás? Wait, I thought I already exported all this stuff, didn't I? Oh, I gotta re-export the pins. What did I do with the pin I was chewing on? I don't know, I tried printing a pin by itself, and it just melted. So I gotta put all the pins on printing at one time so there's space between them. They have time to cool. I don't know how many each one. Oh, son of a biscuit, why did I do that? Yeah, my A8s I think I got for $140 each. But my very first printer was the A8, and before I even got it, I read everything I could possibly read up on it. And the second I got it, I instantly put it together, printed the parts to upgrade it to the AM8. I already had the extrusions and all the upgrade parts for it. So it was an A8 for the time it took me to print the AM8 upgrade parts. And then my second printer was an A8 that I left stock, except for I added a MOSFET and a fused switch and some cooling fans. On the PSU and the board. And then I did I think he called them the Hulk upgrades. Basically stabilizing the axis. Bunch of stabilizers thingies. Upgrades. But the frame is stock. And then my G-Tech A10M. I'll never buy another one. Just leave it at that. You found... Oh, you found the glass tube? Sweet, sweet, sweet. I'll tell you what, I'm happy with my Sidewinder for the most part. There's one thing I don't like about the Sidewinder, and that's Z-Wobble. And it's not a lot, but since I took the, I no longer use put the spool on the frame, that has helped a lot. My prints are getting a lot smoother. Can't really tell as much on this print because it's in the Filament One sparkly stuff. But there we go. See, you can't see the Z-Wobble in there anymore like you used to be able to. When I print with a spool on top, you can see the, let's see if I can get a good angle. Come on, focus. There, you can kind of see it. I used to get those lines. Here's my problem with my A10M. The motors squeak like freaking crazy. I know I could take them apart, I could oil them, whatever, but Dan Alkesh 1, he took his apart. All of the gears and the motor stem and everything, they were all rusted. He had to clean all the rust off of those. Sorry, but printers should not come with rusted parts. Then my Bowden tubes, while I'm trying to feed the filament through the motor, there's not enough guide. Yeah, I know, test stream 3 hours later. Ain't getting squat done today. But you shush, woman. You enjoying it, I'm sure. But so anyways, there's not enough guide. So I would sit there for 10 minutes trying to get a filament to come out the other side of the Bowden tube. It got to the point where I had to unscrew the Bowden tube to get it out and then feed it in and then screw it back in and let it go. Only on one side. On the other side, if I couldn't get it through, I would have to spend an hour trying to get it through because the coupler is stripped or something and it will not unscrew. I'm with you there, Tanner. I am sick of Bowden tubes as well. Direct drives. And I want to try out the Nimble, but it's like $120, I think. So it'll be a while. Yeah, Michael, shoot it over to me. I will absolutely post it. Oh, the coupler screws into a plate that spins inside the housing. That makes sense. Stupid idea. Let's see. Once I did finally get one of the couplers out, I wanted to upgrade the Bowden tube to cap tubes. I'm fairly certain that the Bowden tube that comes inside the A10M couplers are fused to the coupler. I actually think I have one here. I do. You can't see it. I probably wouldn't be able to zoom it, but it's fused inside this coupler. And I cannot get anything through this. Cap tubes wouldn't work for you? I've never had problems with cap tubes. And somebody gave me an orange PTFE tube that I've been using lately. I don't know where it's at the moment. What do I do with it? I am the absolute worst at organization. The worst. So what else? Working my way down. I like the spool holders. Too much friction on that bend when printing tall. Yeah, that makes sense. So I kind of liked the spool holders because they were actually metal and, you know. But spools don't really fit right over the motors. Especially the thinner spools. Next complaint. The filament runout sensors worked at least until I flashed the firmware. Then they stopped working. Probably my fault though. Then we get down to the hot end, and I have no room to get to the tip. And my absolute ultimate final complaint of my A10M, actually I'm sure I could come up with more. This is the last one I will mention. My bed has fried 4 times. They have sent me 4 replacement beds. The last bed is still sitting on the shelf because I was like, I'm done. And I'm giving it to Matt Weber next time I see him. Done. Yeah, it's the only thing I can think of is the wires broke. And it's like the first time, the bed wouldn't heat. The second time, the bed wouldn't read temp. So it was obviously the thermistor. The third time, bed wouldn't heat. So I think the wires just kept breaking. And I'm tired of dealing with it. That is one thing I like about the Railcore, is the bed being in one place. Yeah, it raises up and down, but it doesn't have all that wonky movement that can break the bed wires. Now, if I could just get it to work. I should probably eat today. Seeing that my test stream is... Hey, David! It's too thin? I can't even remember. It's been so long since I used my A10M. About its thinniness. But you're probably right. Wait, didn't the A10M have a glass frame? Or a glass bed to stick over it? Act fast. You wouldn't. We thought you wouldn't want to miss this deal on a light fan. Amazon, come on now. I don't want a ceiling fan. Welcome from London. See, I think with my A10M I just had the glass, left the glass on it, but I took acetone and I cleaned off whatever crap they had on it, and then I put my Wham magnet over it, and then the bed stopped working. So I replaced the bed and I put a build tack on it, and the bed stopped working. So now it's still sitting there with my Alien3D build tack. Yeah, the frame does still warp. That was another thing. I remember now. I did have that complaint as well. I think that was the first time they replaced my bed. It wasn't because the wires broke. It was because the bed was warped. Yep, that was my first bed. Then the rest of them after that were broken wires. Babe, that song is stuck in my head again. It's your fault. You're welcome. Ooh, Robbie Mack replied. Oh my god. Okay, so it has been confirmed by Robbie Mack that Godzilla is in the August design. But yeah, and I gotta zoom in. Even knowing where he might be, I still can't see him. Yeah, so people who get the August box, good luck finding Godzilla. All I gotta say. Alright, what else? There's no way. Oh, I wonder if I'm supposed to print that twice. Let's print another one of those. What do you mean no files are found? Oh yeah, I stuck it in my... Alright, we are going to print those. I wonder if I can print them all in one print. Oh. don't want the ST. Can I put folders on this USB and with the artillery recognize the subfolder system? Let's try it. Red seedless grapes. You know the best grapes I ever had were the cotton candy grapes. Cotton candy seedless grapes. Aha, it does recognize folders. Boom. Let's do the remote parts first. You've never had them? They're yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. They also had grapples in Texas. They were like apples that were air compressed or vacuumed or whatever with grape juice. So the apples would soak in the grape juice. Those were pretty yummy too. There was something I was supposed to go to the store for today. Can't remember what. Anyways, so my test stream that I intended to only be 15 minutes is now going on 3.5 hours. I really was not expecting people to show up. I appreciate that you have. Yeah, it works. So I've had a lot of fun. Thank you guys very much for showing up and BSing with me all morning. I need to take a shower and go to the store and get something to eat. And breakfast is out of the question now, so I'll get lunch. And then I need to finish making samples for the UFOs, or at least get started on the rest of them. So I may stream something later this afternoon when I get back. And it'll be a spoiler stream, and I'll do spool samples for the UFO. And I don't have the box to show off, so I can't spoil that. The accessories are here. The project parts are here, though I don't know where the hoses are. They say they were delivered Friday. Don't remember seeing them, so I gotta hunt those down. And I have all but one of the filaments, who is from a company that's about to get replaced. If they don't get here this week. Tired of dealing with it. Yeah, Fun in the Country Basement, 4 o'clock. I will lurk, because at that moment I will probably still be making filament samples. Oh, babe, one question I have for you. before I go, and I'm only going to ask it during live stream because I know you're working right now and you can't call me. Does your building reception accept packages? Or is your mailroom a locked mailroom? Because this is twice now they've tried to deliver and you haven't been home because you went to work early today. Otherwise you'd have been home. Grr. So, building reception. Otherwise, I'm just going to put front door and hope you're flipping there tomorrow morning. Yeah, I will do sample spools later, and you can even see more spoilers and behind the madness of Alien 3D. I really want to. I wish I was an engineer and knew how to build better things, because I want to automate the sampling process. But yeah, right now it takes me 6 hours per color. And that's only if I sit straight 6 hours per color to make all the samples. I try to break it up into multiple days, because 6 hours is a long time to just sit there and make samples. Boop. Alright, front door. Boop. So anyways, thank you guys again. I keep getting distracted. I apologize. Thank you guys again for stopping by to my test stream. Why don't I order them pre-cut? Not all companies will pre-cut them. I've had one company out of 13 months now that made their own samples. No, I'm sorry, 2. I forgot about Barb. 2 companies made their own samples. And one of those companies only did it for one of the filaments, 1 month. The rest of the filaments, because I've used them again after that, they didn't. So, yeah. I need a sampler machine. Introducing treasure truck. Go away, you don't have a treasure truck near me, stupid Amazon. But yeah, I need to invent a more automated system. And I know some people have pointed out a certain other Maker Boxes video with a certain famous YouTuber. And they tell me, why don't you do that? And their system does not make sense to me. Not in the fact that it doesn't work, but let me explain. If I'm doing my samples, I load my sample, or I load the filament tip to my spooler. I press go. It finishes. I zip strip it. I take it off. I load the next one. I press go. The one that I just took off, I grab a bag. I stick the filament in the bag. I stick the dust kit packet in. I take the label off the thing. I stick it on the bag. I put it in the bin. The next one's ready for me to sample or to bag. So I zip strip it. I take it off. Set it down. Put the tip in. Let it go. Just the tip. And bag it. Put it in the bin. Next one's ready to go. People are like, oh, but if you did that with 8 samples at a time, you'd be faster. No, I wouldn't. Because the time it would take me to load 8 samples and turn it on, wait for it to do. Now I've got 8 samples made, right? So then I've got to take the time to zip strip and take all 8 off, put all 8 to the side, load all 8, run those. By the time those are done sampling, I'm still bagging these other 8. So now those samples are waiting on me to get done with these samples. So it just, exactly, you need 8 people. It's not, it wouldn't save me any time to create more than one sample at a time. It would slow me down. I can make 45 samples an hour if I just sit there and just do it nonstop. But of course, me, I'd get distracted by the TV, and Rosa sends me naughty pictures, so I get distracted a lot. And but yeah, if I timed myself one day and I did nothing but sample, boom, sample, boom, sample, boom, I could do 45 an hour. And I don't think the other company is doing that many an hour with a single person. Yes, and my girlfriend always texts me. Alright, I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for stopping by again. Thank you, Rosa, for being the most amazing girlfriend and mod. Thank you for the subscribers, viewers, and people that just wanted to come by and chit chat and listen to me ramble on for 3.5 hours now. I will most likely be back later. Thank you very much. Peace out. I need an end screen. I have a start screen, a be right back screen. I need an end screen. Anyways, peace out.